Welcome to Beyond Just Money by Kalkine Media, an independent global media house and investor relations group. Please note that this podcast is for information purposes only. It's not a solicitation or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold the stocks of any company or companies or engage in any investment activity under discussion. Kalkine Media is neither licensed nor qualified to provide investment advice through this platform.
Welcome to Beyond Just Money. I'm Manisha, and with me today is Miss Nidhi Sinha, the head of content at Kalkine Media. Nidhi, there is widespread availability of COVID-19 vaccines now in the UK. We are also seeing the rate of vaccinations has gone up in the UK. With that, businesses seeking to resume operations may be in favor of vaccine certificates, so that they know the vaccination or immunization status of any individual. How are you looking at this development?
Thanks, Manisha, for having me on the show. Yes, you are absolutely right in saying that the efforts aimed at the successful implementation of COVID vaccine passports or certifications have gained momentum recently as governments lift restrictions with the aim to, regain economic normalcy. Nevertheless, citizens, governments, as well as businesses continue to have a divided opinion over its widespread implementation. To understand the situation better, let us first understand what a vaccine passport is and how it works. So, vaccine passports are also known as COVID passports, immunity certificates, or COVID status certificates. They are basically a means to enable vaccinated people to move about more freely. Proving their vaccination status could help individuals engage more safely in activities such as international travel, work from office, or visiting a pub or restaurant or any other retail establishment for that matter. Now, vaccine passports may be displayed on mobile phone apps in the form of QR codes or as other evidence confirming the individual's vaccination status. Then there are some features that will minimize discrimination against those who have not been or cannot be vaccinated, and those will be included in the vaccine passports. A paper-based alternative has also been developed to prevent digital exclusion for those who do not own or use a smartphone.
So, what is the update on COVID passport in the UK?
In the UK, Manisha, the vaccine certificate for travel is currently called the NHS COVID Pass, and it was launched on 17th May 2021. It can be accessed on the existing NHS app, which is different from the NHS COVID-19 contact tracing app that most are familiar with. Apart from the paper certificate, people who have registered with a GP surgery in England can sign up on the app, and a QR code can then be used to confirm the vaccination status. The certificate is exclusively available to those vaccinated in the UK. Moreover, it is expected that the Labour Party would support COVID passports for mass events such as sporting events or other festivals. Labour Party leader Sir Keir Starmer also recently stated that he would support passports and testing to facilitate mass attendance events to draw a large section of the audience. He suggested that the government should bring forward the date of exemption of self-isolation rules for fully vaccinated people, which is currently scheduled for 16th August 2021. That would enable sports and other sectors to operate at full capacity. However, there would be certain limitations of COVID passports, as the risk of getting infected with a new variant, even after the person got fully vaccinated, still remains. So it would be really interesting to see how these COVID passports would roll out in the future.
Right, Nidhi. Now, business communities as well as the government have been contemplating the risk associated with mandating vaccine passports. So, what are the benefits of vaccine passports?
Vaccine passports could help speed up the transition to normal life, enable free movement of completely immunized people, and aid economic activity, and that too with a lower risk of the spread of the virus. Businesses and service providers that have restricted or limited operations due to the imposition of social distancing measures are expected to benefit from these passports. Similarly, sectors such as the travel and leisure industry, which was in the doldrums due to the imposition of travel bans and other restrictions, could use vaccine passports to recuperate from their losses. A vaccine passport for travel could play a role in the resumption of near normal international travel in the coming months easily. Vaccination passports could also be beneficial across the healthcare sector and care homes. It was commonly seen during the pandemic that people delayed non-essential surgeries and medical treatments due to the fear of contracting the infection. However, these certificates would enable healthcare authorities to basically better manage non-COVID admissions to hospitals and thereby build confidence among other patients. On the other hand, some vaccinated residents who may still inevitably be at risk may require to either be vaccinated or undergo regular tests to prevent the spread of infection. Then businesses and events operating in high-risk settings such as concerts and festivals with limited ventilation could use vaccine passports as a means to get back on track. However, the use of these passports by businesses still remains uncertain right now.
And are there any concerns regarding vaccine certificates?
Well, there are benefits for sure, which we listed above, but there is a huge cloud of uncertainty over the success of vaccine passports for resuming normalcy across the business landscape. There are questions such as the success rate of the vaccine on the new COVID variants, immunization rates, need for additional doses or booster jabs, approval for new vaccines, and many more. Apart from this, legalities associated with asking an individual to produce a vaccine certificate, data security issues, risk of possible discrimination, etc. may also require careful consideration. This is needed to design an approach that will aid in ironing out the complexities associated with the certification and formulating an output that is both acceptable and safe for businesses as well as their customers.
Thank you, Nidhi, for sharing your insights with our listeners.
Thank you, Manisha. This is indeed a very relevant topic to discuss.
To listen to this podcast again, log on to calkinemedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you soon with yet another insightful episode of Beyond Just Money. Till then, as we always say, stay apprised and invest wise.
Our listeners are requested to make their own inquiries about any investments, and Kalkine Media strongly suggest that the listeners seek advice from a financial advisor, stockbroker, or other professional as necessary. Kalkine Media hereby disclaims any and all the liabilities to any listener arising from any use of the information shared or discussed in this podcast. This podcast is available for personal and non-commercial use only.